There we go. Welcome, everybody, to the IGA Impact Jam closing ceremonies. This is a chance for us to celebrate everybody's accomplishments here, making a bunch of amazing video games together. I am your host and the headmaster of the Indie Game Academy, Willem Delventhal, and let us begin. So before anything else, we have to say one massive congratulations. Wow, you guys did it. You saved the freaking world with your video games. Definitively, you heard it here first. You've done it. We don't need to worry about anything else anymore. But for real, this is actually something to celebrate. Definitely something to celebrate. Most indie games, as most of you know, take 1 to 2 years to actually finish, and many take a whole heck of a lot longer than that. And you guys did it in 2 freaking days. That is incredible. Congratulations to everybody here. Yes, Jonathan, you can indeed put Save the World on your CV. You can mark that. You can put me as a reference if you want. I will confirm that for you. So the primary theme, as everyone who came to the kickoff event knows, is positive impact. So this is one of the underlying themes of the Indie Game Academy. We believe that video games have just a tremendous amount of sort of motivational force on human beings, as all forms of media do. I only do what I do because of the video games I played when I was a kid, and many of you feel exactly the same way. So in sort of acknowledging that fact, what we're trying to do with this jam is to instill all of you game developers with the sense that you can change the world with your games. And maybe you don't need to, make a game about like garbage cleanup or whatever, but you can absolutely change hearts and minds with your games. So that's the underlying through line that we're trying to make here for your games. We had 20 submitted games this time around, which is super freaking awesome. And this is the lineup. If you haven't already started playing the games, I will send out a recap email to everybody who was in the jam. It'll be the last email I send all of you with a link to the submissions page, and we will be making the results actually public so you can look at some of the comments from the judges and stuff like that. But yeah, congratulations to all 20 of these games and to those who created them. All right, before I get there, this is hosted by the Indie Game Academy, right? We are here to empower the game creative to pave their own path. That's a whole freaking thing. We want to see people build video games. We want to see people break into the video game space. We want to see people run their own game studios. I am more than willing to hop on the call and talk to people. Funnily enough, Frank, do you want to wave? This is Frank Connolly. He's a mentor of mine, and he has spent hours and hours and hours of his life helping me be better at what I do. And I often talk about how I am very willing to help other people do things because I'm trying to pay it forward with how much help Frank has given me. So Frank, I didn't know you were going to be here, and thanks, man. But yeah, schedule a call with us. I just dropped a link in the chat. If you want to do some of our programs where we help you publish games, that's our sort of big push. We're trying to help you get games out there, get games finished. You can definitely schedule a chat. And even if you just want to chat, maybe talk about, resume review or something like that, I try to make myself available. So use that link in the chat to schedule a call. So today's agenda. Number 1, we're going to do some awards. These are just for fun. They basically, it's nothing specific. These are just like silly ones that I wound up creating so that we have some awards to give out that aren't just those top 3. We're then going to cover the best in class. We had 4 judging categories here at the IGA Impact Jam. So number 1 is fun. Number 2 is positive impact. Number 3 is market viability. And number 4 was that optional second theme, which this time around wound up being neon. So we're going to do a best in class for those 4 games that wound up the best in those 4 categories. Then we are going to give the judges a chance to say hello. Adrian, yours is optional because I didn't think you would be here. I actually have something to say for you. So if you want to say something, you can. If not, I will cover you. Don't worry. Then we will actually announce the winners, those who won the prizes. And I'm going to give sort of a next steps if anyone is curious about how to move forward in their game development careers. And then for anyone who makes it to the very end, I will give you a little gift for staying around. So the awards, the very first section. These are just for fun, nothing too crazy. All of them are sort of silly. But before we get there, whenever we start an IGA class, we always have 3 core agreements that we do with our students. The first agreement is to make it fun. Enjoy yourself. We're game developers after all. The second agreement is to celebrate both yourself and those who work with you and their accomplishments. So even though we have a lot of the cameras turned off here, a lot of the mics turned off, I want you all to pump it up every time one of these awards gets announced. I want you to clap. I want you to scream. And especially if you win something here, I want you to be very proud of it. Here we go. So the very first award of the closing ceremonies of the IGA Impact Jam is the Best Dancing Award. Very prestigious award. The winner of the Best Dancing Award is Recycle or Else. Look at those freaking robots. Yeah, congratulations. Next award, smoothest slide transitions. I'm actually very curious about how you did this, if it's literally just a static image that's getting panned or if this is something programmatic. I really like that one slide right there in Trash Rats. Congratulations, Trash Rats. That's you, Jonathan. Is that, since you're here, Jonathan, actually, is that programmatic or is that just a static PNG that you're animating? It's a single image, of course it is.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, it looks great. All right. Most likely to be found on a Game Boy Color. This one gives you those retro vibes, gives you those, what's that, the play date vibes, right? This one goes to Blobo by Incognito. Very good. Look at those trees. Amazing looking. Celebrations. I forgot to call out who actually won these. So Recycler Else was by Lady C, Mr. Niacin, and Chris Vivzak. Congratulations. And then Darth Beeblebrox, who we have in the chat here with us today, Jonathan, won with Trash Rats. Good job. The most likely we found on Game Boy Color was by Incognito. Our fourth award is Cutest Doggo. This award goes to Dog Fetch, which is probably the simplest game we had out of all of them, but congratulations. We've got the freaking Cutest Doggo award. Amazing. I want to be able to pet the dog. Put that in version 2. I'm upset that I couldn't pet the dog. Everyone wants to pet. If you have a dog in your video game, it is required that you be able to pet it. All right. Next is most realistic graphics for a 48-hour jam. I was thoroughly impressed by what Survival Byte managed to put together. Look at these freaking graphics. What the heck? Those trees. Look at that hanging moss there. I don't know if you already had these assets downloaded or what, but it looks great. Congratulations to Akshay Sharma Dev. Most on the nose title goes to, are we going? Stop Global Warming. Definitely an impactful video game by Brogold. Also, I know that Brogold, I believe, is only 15 years old. You're talking in the chat a little bit about that. So congratulations on that. Brogold also made this game in one day instead of the full 48 hours because they did not have, they had to go somewhere, I think. So congratulations on making a game very quickly and on choosing a very apt title. And the final sort of little award for today is the host's choice. So I abstained from judging this time around. I left that up to these three esteemed gentlemen, and that's because it's important for me to stay sort of unbiased in these things. But I just had such a kick out of this game that I had to give you something, and that is Planet Clicker. So at the cost of spoiling this, basically you just click this. It's a clicker game. You just click this planet until it gets more and more destroyed by human environmental impact. And then eventually you just nuke the planet and move on. So congratulations, Judah Games. That one was good. I laughed so hard. All right, let's move on to the more serious awards. This is Best in Class. So like I said, we had 4 categories of judging. The first category was fun. The second one was positive impact. The third was market viability. And the fourth was that bonus one, neon. So the number 1 game in the fun category, I'm very proud to say, goes to Bad Thoughts by Ian the Bee, who's been super active on the Discord. Congratulations. And I've just been very, yes, Ian, I hope you're here because you made something really cool. Yay, Ian is here. Good job, Ian. So yeah, I love Bad Thoughts. Super fun. You really managed to make something positive and just a great game. Next, the number 1 game in the impact category. The whole point of this dang jam goes to Cosmic Canada by a couple of different people, by Zach Nafian, by MTB Vibe, and by Mickey's. Congratulations. Really impressive game. It's also been cool to watch you keep working on this and get feedback from the community and try to make it more awesome. Probably the most complicated game and really fascinating concept. You basically, for anyone who didn't play, you make a little tiny ecosystem and you have to balance it and keep it alive. In the market potential category, so this one's kind of interesting. Given the fact that these 3 people are professional game developers, maybe this means you should continue to work on your game. I don't know. It's up to you. I'm not trying to tell you what to do with your life. The highest market potential game went to Throwaway Bay by Chonkers HQ. Congratulations. Really solid game, really fun. I love the art style. It's just a super fun time. And the final category is Neon, the optional bonus theme. So the most neon game goes to Jake Firewall, which was such a ridiculous game, but also so much fun. Congratulations to Letter After Z and Biazzle. All right. So we have our three judges here. We're going to give them each a couple of seconds to mass address the room to give you some wisdom and some thoughts. We like to make connections and network for our community. So here is a chance to talk to some people who actually build video games for money. What a concept. First, we've got John Nelson Rose, a longtime sort of person inside of the Indie Game Academy, has done all kinds of stuff with us. John, would you like to talk for a little bit?
Hey, really good job with all your stuff, guys. We're really impressed. I just want to say, like, seeing these games, like, you can imagine, this was after a couple of days of work, and you can imagine putting, a couple weeks or a couple months into something. And this is the kind of stuff, if you want to break into the industry, if you have projects like this, you can show to somebody that it's a nice little closed thing that you develop from beginning to end. Like, it's beautiful. It gets people excited about you. So keep working on personal projects, keep doing game jams. It'll only pay off in getting into the industry. So well done.
Absolutely. Thank you, John. Thank you for being here and thank you for judging. Thank you for your time. All right. Next, we have Adrian Herbez, a senior software engineer at Together Labs and also the most powerful of fathers on the planet, I believe. Adrian, do you want to talk or do you want me to do that little talk for you?
So yeah, just huge congratulations all around. I was really impressed by both the breadth and depth of the submissions. And yeah, just to echo John, this is literally an industry. Like recommending people for hiring and been really interested in talking to people based on either demo or passion project on their website. So it's totally the best thing.
Thanks, Adrian. Hopefully he'll come back, and if he comes back, we can give him another second or two.
And keep doing it. Great job, everybody.
Thanks, Adrian. Thanks for being here. Thanks for giving your time, especially on your surprise birthday celebrations. All right, and last but not least, we have Luther Patengi, the writer, designer, and founder of Ambition, a Minuet, and Power. Luther, would you like a little while to talk?
Yeah, sure. Everyone, just for context, because you're going to be reading all the judges' comments. My username is Iron Whale, so anything you read from those are from me. I've done a bunch of game jams in the past myself, which is actually how I personally broke into the industry. So like this is a pretty near and dear thing to my heart. And I tried to keep things short and sweet in the comments, which led personally to me mostly focusing on critiques / potential improvements, but understand that like, just look back on this. Finishing a game in a single weekend is damn hard, and you should be really proud of that. Mm-hmm. And to that end, I just want every team to sit down and just consider spending another weekend on these. You don't have to crunch hard like you were before, but try giving these games one more, just a polish pass. Finishing a polished title, it's an amazing feeling. And so many of these projects were giving me these vibes of like, yeah, there's a really good core here. And that core is like 90% of the way there. And just cutting out a few bugs and like doing those little interface tweaks, they're going to make a huge difference. And I think you're going to be really glad that you did that if you choose to do it.
Love that. Thank you, Luther. Fantastic advice. That's one of the ways you can grow your game development experience 100%. Okay. We are just about there. It is time to talk about the winners. Now, I think, unfortunately, my music is not going to play for you. Can you guys hear this? Nope. Dang. Okay, well, if anyone knows the game Chrono Trigger and you know the song Frog's theme, just imagine that in your head. The one that's like da 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 da.
Pull it up on YouTube if you can. Just put a little quieter.
Put that in the background. Here, wait, I can share the Spotify link. Here, wait. There we go. Drop that in the chat. That song. It's awesome. And just put it in your brain. It's playing right now. All right. So somebody for us to call out, absolutely 100%. The sponsor, the person who is supplying the dollars for the top 3 winners of today's jam is Bugsnag. They are just like super awesome people. They came and found us to sponsor something. They wanted to work with smaller like indie game communities. And they've been super responsive, super receptive, and were willing to kind of just work with us on whatever we wanted to. So definitely give them a shout out if you're working on a game right now and need some sort of back-end data drive support. Look into Bugsnag. They're good people. All right. Also, remember to stick around. It's not over after I say the winners. I got a little bit more to say, and I got a little gift at the very end for you. Okay. So, drum roll. For third place in the top 3 of the IGA Impact Jam, $50 goes to you and to be split between your team members, and 20% off any IGA programs for the next 6 months goes to Throw Away Bay. Congratulations. Ow, wow. Yeah, baby. Amazing. So good. All right. Let's move on to second place. Ooh, $150. Wow. To be split among team members, plus 20% off of any IGA programs for the next 6 months goes to Cosmic Kennedy. Yes. Amazing. Congratulations. When I first played this one, I wasn't sure if it would get through because it definitely needs a little bit of polish, but I was so impressed by the concept and so impressed by the sheer scope of this game, the amount that you managed to get done. So I'm really happy this wound up in the top 3. Congratulations. Well done. All right, and then the most important, the one we've all been waiting for, the first place slot. Oh gosh. Oh, it's painful. Who's it going to be? Goes to Bad Thoughts by Ian the B. $250. Congratulations. And 20% off of any IGA programs for the next 6 months. Congratulations, Ian. Like, seriously, it's been really cool to see you pop off in the community too, and just like talk to people in the space, get some feedback, et cetera, et cetera. Well done. This is really an incredibly well-built game, and so freaking cute. I opened this up during the review session that we all did together last week on Sunday, and was immediately taken with how well polished this is. And I think if nothing else, what Ian shows you here is a lot of the time it's better to take a concept that is within your scope, that is manageable, and make it an amazing experience, amazing for the size that it actually is. I think Cosmic Candidate gives you a perspective on the other side of that spectrum, a giant scope game that you couldn't polish all the way up, but still, well done too. I'm a big proponent of this approach though. Make something small that you can make sleek. Well done to Ian. Well done for Bad Thoughts. Okay, so this is the final thing, and then we're going to say goodbye. It's going to be like 5 more minutes. This is a question that I get asked all the time, so I wanted to give one call out to it. What the heck do I do now? Some of you may already be in the game industry. Congratulations if you are. But I know that many of you are trying to break in or are trying to start your own indie game studios. So here are a couple of next steps that I often recommend for people in your position. Number 1, contemplate what your objective actually is. So are you trying to break into the industry and get a job? Are you trying to be a game developer, a game designer? Figure out what that goal actually is, that objective actually is, and then write that down and have that be the top priority and top focus. Number 2, keep building games. So simple. I got my first job because I had a game that I was able to show to the hiring manager at the place that I was applying to. Build up a portfolio, and then keep that portfolio going, and keep that portfolio somewhere that you can easily show to people. Also protect your time. So time box things. So I liked what Luther suggested. Work just 1 more weekend on these games, but make it 1 weekend. Time box that. I'm going to give 48 more hours to this game, and that's it, because then you can move on to the next concept. And number 3, find your tribe. Finding other people that you connect with, that you can learn from. Thank you, Frank. Thank you to the judges. Makes such a huge difference in your life. And even if these are peers, people who are at about your same level, you still will learn so much from them, because it's just like, 1 + 1 = 10. That's the old saying, right? Find people that you can continue to build with and continue to, become friends with, etc. And last, consider joining some IGA programs. We are goofy, ridiculous, and fun, and we love getting people published concepts, helping you break into the space and helping you start your own studios. Join us on Discord. So here, I will drop a link for us. Many of you, I think, are already in the Discord, but if you are not, jump into this sucker. We hope to be that tribe that I was just talking about. We hope to be a support network for you, and we hope to be a place that can help you grow, help your dreams come true in the game development space. Now, like I said earlier, the Indie Game Academy is a indie game accelerator with a 3-level system that helps people go from not knowing anything to published games. We have 3 programs. Our level 1 program is for people who have absolutely no experience. So probably you guys are all past it. It's an entirely recorded class where you make your own version of Peggle. We have a level 2. Oh, here's David. He's a bit late. Our level 2 program is coming up at the end of March. This may be something that some of you consider. This is where you will learn to use Unity and C# to create your own platformer game over the span of a month. You will have a live instructor. John actually taught this one last time. This time around, it looks like probably I will be teaching it. 1 month of live classes. You release your game on itch.io. And then our bread and butter and our favorite thing in the world that I would love for all of you to consider is IGA level 3, which is our crazy, basically online Hogwarts for video game developers. We bring in 7 professors. Luther and John have both taught for us in the past at this in this program. We help you basically run your own little indie studio. You come up with a game concept, you release it to a store of your choice, iOS, Steam, etc., and you actually monetize it. So we will make you a published game developer in 3 months. If any of that sounds interesting, or if you just need to talk about how to break into the space, please schedule a call with me. I'd love to chat. Here's that link one more time. All right. That about does it, except for you thought I forgot your little gift. So for anyone who is in the Discord or has joined our Discord, if you use the following command, I am an IGA jammer, anywhere in the Discord, you will earn a IGA jammer role, which basically is just a cute little way to indicate that you have been a part of one of our jams and a way for us to get in contact with you for the next jam or the next event similar to this one. All right. And that's about it. We're about to wrap it up. In the chat, if anybody has last questions or anything for the judges or for me, we won't hang around too much longer here. But if there's anything else people want to talk about, I'm more than willing. You can hang around for just a second. Any of the judges or Frank, I guess, or David, do you guys have anything you want to plug or say here at the end? All right.
I'll jump in for just a quick second and say,
yeah.
I love this jam. I've seen a lot of these sorts of things over the years. This is the first one I've seen that people thought about like impact in gaming. I'm sure other people have done it. It's just the first one I've seen, but I love the energy, and it's amazing to see what everybody came up with so quickly. And I think this moment in time, this is a beautiful expression of your art and intention. And I'm really psyched to see it all. And thank you all for your energy and effort in it.
Oh, dude, what a good closing. Thank you. Yeah, I will actually call out one more thing for everybody here. So we do every Wednesday on our Discord at 12 p.m. Eastern time. We do the IGA lunch hour, which is sort of an open forum to chat and just discuss. And not this coming week, but the week after, we're actually going to be talking about with the community and with anyone who joins, basically impact in gaming. How do we use our powers for good? So if you want community people who talk about stuff like that, come to our Discord. That's going to do it. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy your games. Well done. I'm also going to make our all of the scoring public so that you can get the feedback from the judges and you can check out how you did. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Take care. Bye. Oh, and those who won prizes, please reach out to me. I'll reach out to you, but you can make my life easier. That would be great. All right. Bye.